All right. All right. Welcome to tonight's team huddle. We're going to talk about goal setting, mapping out our goals. And tonight we've got the Kaylee and Tina show going on. Everybody else is busy, so everyone else is going to catch the recording later. And so if you catch this recording on our team page, definitely comment in the comments and let us know. Let me know what your takeaways were and all the things. So we're going to talk about goal setting and mapping out and just really accomplishing some really big things. So I've got some things for us to think about. So just want to thank you, Kaylee, for hopping on tonight. I know everybody's busy doing stuff, but you being here says a whole lot about you, says a whole lot about your business. And I know for me that I don't have all of this figured out. And I just thank you for trusting me along this amazing journey. And, you know, I've had the opportunity to fall flat on my face many, many times and get up, pick myself up and learn. And then I get to tell everybody like, you know, hey, this is what I did. Fell on my face, got up, learned this or that from it. And everyone can learn from me as well. We're just all on this journey. So I'm just not perfect, learning as I go and growing myself as a leader every single day. And I'm going to always be here. I will be here figuring things out just like everybody is. It's just an ongoing process and we're constantly growing and learning. And the only way that you can fail is by quitting. Wesley Bishop just told me that today. The only way we can fail is if we quit. And that's so, so true. So that was really cool that she reminded me of that. Nothing's going to hold me down and I won't ever quit on you. I'm not going to quit on anybody. I'm definitely not going to be quitting on myself. So that's my promise. So with that said, July is going to be a huge month and I hope you guys are all ready because we are going to be turning up the heat on this amazing team. July is a great time to make things happen. We are now, you know, out of quarantine. People are traveling, doing things. So we're seeing a lot of people, a lot more people, and we have a lot more opportunities to connect with people than we did maybe in the past year. So there's a lot of opportunity right in front of us. So some of the announcements, super, super quick. We have Virtual Express coming up July 10th. That's this Saturday. You'll have an email on that. That's some really great training from some great sapphires and diamonds within Plexus that give just really great tips. And it's definitely worth registering, so you can check your email for that. We still have the $9.95 join fee, which is awesome. I believe the SAM 2020 code still works for an extra discount on welcome packs. And possibly it might work for customers. I know that Kaylee signed up a couple customers and the SAM 2020 worked for preferred customers. And we were just like, this is awesome. So we have our Q3 sprints coming up that just started. And that means it's quarter three. Quarter three is starting now. And so we've got July, August, September. So we've got 3 months to work on our businesses and to earn some really, really amazing prizes. You can check your emails for that. I won't go over all of those here, but definitely in the comments, tell me what's your favorite and maybe what you're striving for. We've got Alyssa popping on now, so that's awesome. Alyssa, I'm just going through some of the announcements and just kind of getting started. So thanks for popping on, girl. In the lounge this month, in our health and wellness lounge. This is for our team only. And this is an opportunity for you to invite your family, your friends, definitely get your ambassadors and your customers plugged into this page so that they can be building their belief in the products and hearing stories and testimonies and learning more about the products. It's a great, great page to have people plugged into. And then also your potentials, people that you would like to talk to about Plexus. It's a great opportunity to reach out to them and invite them to events that we have. Some of the events that we have coming up is this Thursday, our happy hour. This Thursday at 6 Mountain Time, 7 Central, 8 Eastern Time. That's Alyssa's time. So we always try to do stuff that fits into her schedule too, because she's on that later time zone. So than we are anyway. So anyways, happy hour coming up Thursday, starting at 6 Mountain Time. The following Thursday is Stories of Hope. We're gonna have testimonies, live testimonies, probably some written testimonies in there as well, but as many live ones as I can have. And the Thursday after that, and I don't know the date, don't have it in front of me, but we're having a business event. This will be an opportunity to invite potentials to an event where they can learn the other side of Plexus and the more business side of Plexus. And then later in the month, we're going to have Steal the Deal event. There's going to be some deals spread out throughout the day. And you will definitely want to tag your ambassadors, your customers in there, because there's some fun giveaways and they can steal the deal. So that'll be really, really fun to do. Plexus incentives are mind-blowing. Let me pull this up on my phone because I've got the graphics in my phone. The 3, 6, 9, enrolling 3, enrolling 6, or enrolling 9. The bonuses are even higher this month. If you are brand new and you give your referral link to 3 friends, you'll gain $410 in your first 30 days. If you give your referral link to 6, $720 in extra bonuses. And if you refer 9, it's $1,300. And that's Fast Start. Kaylee, you're still qualifying for Fast Start. So if anyone is past their 30 days, you refer 3, you're going to get an extra $310. Refer 6, an extra $620. Refer 9, $1,100 or $1,180 is what it comes to. And these are extra bonuses. So pretty awesome. Great opportunities for everybody. All right. So Q2 has ended, and we are going to talk about Q3 sprints and our July goals here. And again, just a reminder that our sprints start now, July, August, September. Those are the 3 full months. So it's such a great opportunity to talk to your new people and help them gain some of these awesome prizes and extra bonus checks too, get their products paid for. So first, let's talk about the last 3 months. And if you just started, you obviously don't have the last 3 months, but you might be listening to this recording and you've been here for a while. So let's talk about the last 3 months, how Q2 went. When setting goals, we want to stretch ourselves and we also want to be realistic about them. So a breakdown to help you figure out a very realistic goal is this. So number 1, look at the Q1 and Q2. Determine how many you have personally recruited or enrolled in the past. So looking at like your past 6 months, how has that been? And then number 2, determine how much effort this has actually taken you to do that. So let's just use like June as an example. So how many people did you talk to in June? You can write that number down. Divide the number of people you talked to by the number of days in the month. So we're just going with 30 in the month. So an example would be someone talked to 10 people in the month of June, divided by 30 days, that equals 1.66. So 1 to 2 people a day is what that person would have talked to. So say you've talked to 80 people in a month. You would take 80 people, 80 divided by 30 days in a month, and that's going to equal that you talk to about 2 or 3 people a day. So that's looking at, 80 people in the month, averaging to talking to 2 to 3 people a day. And we always kind of strive for reaching out, connecting with 3 to 5 people a day if you have big goals. Keep in mind that that's 7 days a week. And realistically, we're not each reaching out to people every single day of the week. So more realistically, you could adjust those numbers, play with the numbers with 5 days a week, Monday through Friday. But I thought that was kind of cool because you can actually you can play with the numbers. And if you don't know how many people you're talking to, I definitely say, get a notebook, write down people that you're talking to, or that you plan on talking to, or that you dream of talking to. Maybe that you're scared to talk to. I write down people in my book, and I write down next to their name when I reached out to them. If it was on Instagram or Facebook, I just put a little initial there. Maybe I invited them to an event that we were having in the Wellness Lounge. I make a little note, and it's amazing, you guys. I love it when I can circle them and be like, they enrolled, they're on my health train. And it's super exciting. And there are people, I would say in here, you guys, that I've talked to, for some people that finally said yes. I can tell you, some of them, it was like 2 years of talking to people. And they say an average person needs about 8 to 12 touches and connections with you, whether that is seeing some of your stories, you inviting them to an event, you talking to them about specials that are coming up. 8 to 12 touches is the average before someone says yes. So don't get discouraged, ever, ever, ever. I'm telling you right now, I've had so many people join me later. So we don't ever want to, you know, say they don't respond or something, or they don't make it to an event they said they'd come to. We don't want to get discouraged and put them on a no list. They still stay on your list. You just, I mean, there's some people, I've got notes here, like 2019, 6, like some of these I've been talking to for a couple years. So don't give up on people. Don't put them on a no list, because you never know when the right time is going to be for them. Just like the timing had to be right for yourself. It had to be right for me to say yes as well. So anyway, keep that in mind and be tracking who you're talking to. So if you're not doing that, you've got to get a notebook, write their names down, write when you talk to them, or if you invited them to an event. So that is how you're going to be able to say, here's how many I talked to in June. Because I actually will have a sheet too. I'll be like, here's my June potentials. So I'm always kind of like moving people over to a new list. I like to update my list the first or the end of the month, so it's ready for the next month. And then I'm always adding to it. You can always go to your stories. Who's viewing your stories? Who's liking your posts? And I've been doing that a lot lately. Like, this person keeps showing up to watch my stories. I'm going to write their name down, and I'm going to go love on their Facebook page. I want to comment on their things going on in their life and be interacting with them in that way before I ever bring up Plexus or invite them to like an event. So I want to show up on their Facebook page and I want to interact with them. Facebook algorithms then will notice that, and they will recognize then, and Facebook algorithm says, oh, these people must have a relationship or a friendship because they're interacting with each other. So that's a good tip for that. Number 3, is this how you want to work your business? If you're really realistically looking at those numbers, ask yourself, is this how I want to work my business? Be realistic with yourself. What can you do less of? What could you do more of? Who are you spending time with? Are you spending time with goal-driven people, or are you listening to negativity and negative people around you? You need to see how many people you're really talking to and what your enrollment rate is, and if you're willing to increase that by 9. So by doing this little exercise, you're going to see how many people am I talking to get 1 enrollment, and are you willing to increase that by 9? So if I can talk to 10 people and generally 1 enrolls, am I willing to talk to 90 people in a month? And these are just numbers I'm throwing out there. If I talk to 100 people, this is a totally different scenario. If I talk to 100 people and 1 enrolls, am I willing to talk to 900 people? Probably not, right? So there might be some things that need to change in how you're presenting or how you're talking to people. So really, really do an inventory. And if you haven't kept track yet, today's the day that you can start. This is the month you can start. And remember to just do this at the end of the month or the beginning of August. Next, helping those that enroll in your team go faster at Silver is key to growing your team. Plexus totally has it right, and it's so simple. We make it hard, but it really is simple. Share with 3 people, help them share with 3 people, and help them share with 3 people. And you might ask, how do I reach out, or what do I say to my new people? It's really super simple. Hey, Sue, I was thinking about you today. Your membership comes with some amazing benefits, and I really believe these could be a blessing for your family. If I could show you, would you be open? So it's a really simple message. And if you want, I can put that in the chat too. So we need to be in front of our prospects. We need to be on our teams and showing up for these calls, showing up on the team page, being engaged. Our teams are watching us, people that you've enrolled are watching you, and different things that we can do for people on our teams. Host a lunch party for them, messenger parties. I have on our team page, there's a whole entire messenger party. Every script that you need to do a 15 to 20 minute messenger party. Everything's there for you. All you got to do is do it. Help them get invites out each time we have events in the lounge. The lounge is so great because that's where all the work's done for you. And all you got to do is help your people get their invites out. Maybe help them with wording an invite and say, hey, here's an invite. Here's the graphic to our happy hour that's coming up Thursday. Could you send this to 5 of your friends? And you know what people say to me when I do that for them? They say, yeah, that's easy. All I got to do is copy paste. And I say, yep. And then when they say yes, then you're going to go to the Health and Wellness Lounge and you're going to add them to that page, send the actual invite then. So I always remind people, send a personal voice message invite or a written invite. And then if their friends say yes, then go to the Health and Wellness Lounge and actually click that invite button and send them one. So that just works a lot better. I don't know about you guys, but I get invites to stuff all the time from people who have never said hi to me in my Facebook friends, and I don't accept their party invites because they didn't take the time to reach out to me and actually personally invite me. They just sent me an invite from the page, if that makes sense. Like, I want them to reach out to me, connect with me. Hey, Tina, would you like to come to my Tupperware party? Do you like Tupperware? Or whatever it might be. Like, just connect. So it works really good. When we connect first with people, they say yes, then invite them. Then actually click that invite button on the Wellness Lounge. So onboard them using our onboard systems. It's in the files section of our Pink Passion team page. Lots of things in the files section. Help them do a first post, help them do a shout out post. If you have business builders, check in the first week of the month to see what their goals are and keeping them accountable. Invite them to these calls. If you do not help them map it out, check in with them. Don't be upset with them if they're not doing something and you're not following up with them. They just may not know how to do it and they need help. So checking in with them several weeks into the quarter, or if they have a goal that month, checking in weekly. You can simply say, okay, Sally, this was your goal. Tell me how you're feeling about your progress so far. And then that just kind of, it makes it so that you don't sound bossy, but you sound very supportive and you're also kind of keeping them accountable too. So tonight, make a list of your top builders, who's actually running with you in your business and whose feet match their mouth. That's a big one. Whose feet match your mouth. Who is hungry for change? Then get a game plan with them and what actions need to take place. If you're just starting this journey, then it's okay. These tips will come in handy and you will be ahead of the game. All right, so now we're gonna write down our personal goals on a piece of paper. If you have a dry erase board, that's great too. So here is where we're gonna write our stuff down. Okay, so I have this dry erase board right here that I keep stuff on, but I also keep it on a piece of paper. I'm always sometimes erasing and writing different names down or adding names and stuff like that. So for now, you can just write it on a piece of paper. So first at the top of the list, I just want you guys to write your name and then what your goal is. And it can be a point goal or it could be a next rank goal. So it could be Kaylee is 50 points, senior silver. So it could say that at the top. Alyssa, it could say same thing. Alyssa is 50 points and senior silver. So why, and then after that, after you've written that at the top, because this is all about mindset too, because what we see, what we write down, like our minds, we can manifest things into reality. It's happened to me so many times. After that, right underneath why this is important to you. This is important to me because. And this needs to be an emotional attachment goal. I've found over and over again that sometimes people can just put a goal out there, but there's really no emotional attachment to it. It's more about sometimes being part of the show or something like that, but they really don't care if they actually reach it or not. And when people have that attitude, they typically do not ever reach it. So that emotional goal, that attachment goal is super important. So after you've written, you know, Tina is, I'll share with you guys, mine is 1,500 points and Emerald. That's my goal for this month. Why is it important to me? Because I deserve it. And I'm ready for it more than ever. It will mean so much to my family. And I go on and on and on about what it means to me. So then after you've shared why, write down, what will it mean to you when you hit that goal? What will it mean? And be very, very specific. It could mean that you get to pay off your car payment. It could mean a final payment towards debt that you've been trying to pay off. Maybe it means gymnastics lessons for your kids. Maybe it means groceries on the table that are paid for with cash, Plexus cash. Maybe it means buying your puppy all kinds of things that spoil him. Plexus cash. Maybe it means taking your friends or your significant other out to dinner and you get to treat them. Maybe it means you get to go pamper yourself at a spa and get a pedicure or a manicure. Whatever it means, write down why it's important to you and what it means. All right, so then write down what obstacle could come up this month. Everybody has obstacles. Maybe it's self-doubt. Maybe sometimes fear sets in. Maybe you're concerned about time. Maybe you know over and over and over again, you have excuses, the same excuses that come up every month. Maybe you can predict already what excuses you're gonna have. So what obstacle could come up this month that might stop you or try to stop you? And then I want you to write down, and you can just jot these questions down. You can do it after the call, spend more time with it. How will you overcome some of these things that you might expect that might come up? And, you know, will I work on my mindset? Maybe I will reach out to my sponsor to help overcome these things. Maybe I'll start learning more about the product so I'm a little bit more comfortable. Whatever it is, write those down and be very specific. So you can do that more after the call and get a little deeper when you think about it. Mapping out your goal is super important. So here's an example that you can use for every single rank or point increase. And today I'm using silver as our example, which is perfect for Alyssa and perfect for Kaylee. So if you are silver right now, you have 15 points. That means you've shared with 3 people, whether that's an ambassador or customers. Okay, you have 3 enrollments because customers now count to go silver, which is awesome. And your next goal is senior silver. Senior silver is 50 points. Being silver, you have 15 points. So I'm going to show you how to map this out so you can always be able to figure out your numbers. Because if we don't know our numbers, we don't know where we're going. It's like going down in the desert with no compass or going hiking with no compass. I'm not going in the desert. Okay, so we're going to map it out. You're silver ambassador right now. You've got 15 points. And say you did that in June, okay? So that happened in June, and July you want to go senior silver. So in the month of July, you already configure you're going to have 3 subscriptions run because those people just started with you in June, right? So those 3 people that started in June, they're going to order, their subscription is going to run in July. So you'll still have that 15 points. And actually it's more than that now, you guys, because level 1s count for 6 points. But just for number's sake, I'm going with 5. Okay, so I'm just sticking to 5, but no, you get actually some more points now because level 1 enrollments are 6 points. All right, So just for easy numbers, because I'm not a math person, just gonna keep it at 5. 15 points. Goal is senior silver is 50 points that you need for senior silver, minus the 15 points that you already have as a silver ambassador, because those 3 orders are gonna process and run this month. So 50 minus 15 equals 35 points. 35 points needed to equal that 50 points for senior silver. So 30 points are needed, and we're gonna divide that 35 points by 5, because I'm just sticking to the 5 points, okay? I'm not gonna go with 6. 35 points needed divided by 5, because we get 5 points per person, unless they're your level 1s, obviously it's 6, but I'm just going with 5 to make it easy. That equals 7 more enrollments to go senior silver. Obviously, if you have more level 1s and they're 6 points each, it's gonna be way less. You could only need 5 or 6 more enrollments to go senior silver. So does that make sense? Give me a thumbs up if that makes sense. Okay, yep. So we took senior silver points, which is 50 needed, minus your 15 that you are gonna have for silver when your subscriptions run for the 3 people, equals 35 points. 35 points needed divided by 5 equals 7 more enrollments to go senior silver. And like I said, it can be less than that actually, if you figure out that your level 1 enrollments are worth 6 points. And I can do that, figure out that privately with you guys. So that's how you always figure out your points at every single level, okay? So think about who can you help to go silver? Who out of those 3 people can we help to share with 3 people? And then sometimes out of those 3 people, someone in there is going to want to share, get their products paid for, and sometimes all 3 of them want to. Not always, but sometimes. Or you can help someone go senior silver this month. So on your paper, next write down your own personal enrollment goal. My own personal enrollment goal is, for me, my own personal enrollment goal is 3 this month. 3 for sure, 5 for a bigger goal. That's my personal enrollment. That's what I'm committed to for myself. Then how many out of those people do you want to commit to help go silver or senior silver? So you can also write down who you enrolled last month and who you would like to help go silver in July, because they're going to be in their first 30 days. And Kaylee, I know your people are in their first 30 days. Or your one ambassador is in her first 30 days. So she would qualify for all of those amazing bonuses too. And then that also helps you because anyone that you help her share with is also part of your organization, if that makes sense. So if she shares with 3 people, now you've got 6 altogether. Then you just need 3 more. And you never know, someone out of there might share with 2, and then you might share with 2 this month, and you'd be senior silver. So that's how that happens. So write down your own personal enrollment goal, how many of those people you will help go silver, and think of those fast start bonuses. Write their names on your board and the dollar amount that they will earn. And some of them we don't know yet. Like I've got people written here. Well, I have Kaylee actually written in here because I'm going to help her go fast start senior silver right here. So I've got her written down. And I've got 2 other people that I'm going to enroll this month. I want to help them go silver. So then I have 3 lines under each person. Okay. So say I have, Sally enrolls tomorrow. I'm going to have 3 there, and I'm going to write underneath Sally's name the bonuses that she's looking at. So if it's, 410 or whatever it is, yeah, I think it's 410 this month, then I'm going to write that amount in there. So it really, really helps to have our goals right in front of us. So the more silvers in the beginning of the month, the more momentum you're going to have as we move along. And as you move through these sprints over the next 3 months, you start having more silvers in the beginning of the month. Momentum just builds and builds and builds by the end of the month. It's really, really awesome. And again, messenger events, lounge events, the Health and Wellness Lounge events, first post, shout out posts for you. There's a gazillion things that we could do, a gazillion. Okay, that's kind of all I have for the goal setting part. Just on a side note, in May, I challenged you guys to give yourself a high five every day. And Kaylee, you probably weren't on that call. Alyssa, you might have been on that call. But in May, I challenged you to give yourself a high five every day. And it's been, yes, she said yes. It's been 8 weeks now, and this should be a huge habit if you kept doing it. So for right now, we're gonna high five ourselves right now. High five yourself for getting up, for putting one foot in front of the other, for getting dinner on the table, for showing up to this call, and setting your goals. So high five, everybody, boom. I also challenged you back in May to start a gratitude journal, gratitude journaling. And so hopefully, there's Alyssa's high five. I love it. Tell us in the chat if you're loving these 2 challenges. If you still haven't started and you feel down or you feel stuck, I really, really encourage you to start doing these things today. High five yourself in the morning. When you get up in the morning, way to go. You're going to do amazing today. At the end of the night, no matter how big or how small you did things, high five yourself and give yourself credit. It really, really makes a difference in what you think about yourself. Because there used to be times, you guys, where I would just always be down on myself. Like, I could have done better. Or what could I have done? Or why did this happen? Or why didn't that happen? And since I've been high-fiving myself, this is a Mel Robbins thing, by the way. Mel Robbins is awesome. She says it like it is. She sometimes cusses, but I really, really like her. Mel Robbins, look her up on Instagram. She has a page there. She has a YouTube channel as well. And she talks about the high five. And it's just a great way to start your day. It's a great way to end your day, and just give yourself credit for the small things or the big things that you got done that day. And sometimes we have to dig in and high five ourselves for the small things. Like I said, I got up, got the kids breakfast, whatever it is. High five yourself and give yourself credit. So also, we talked about that gratitude journaling and making that a habit every single night. I love to take a hot bath and hop in bed and do my gratitude journaling. I do not feel good when I skip this step, you guys. I don't feel good. It's just like, it's almost like time with God. It's almost like, and Terry and I pray together at night. We pray with Grace and everything too. But the gratitude journaling to me feels like I'm telling God how grateful I am for all the things, little, small, big, in my life. And when you start doing it at first, and I mentioned this in May, but I'll say it again. When you start doing it first, it might feel a little awkward or goofy because maybe you're not in that mindset of like thinking about things you're actually grateful for. So you might, if I say write down 10 things you're grateful for and you're not used to it, or you just don't feel in a grateful mood, which is the best time to do it, by the way, when you don't feel like it, you sit down and you might think of 3 things on the first night. And you're like, this is dumb. Why am I doing this? Why is she having me do this? Do it again and again and again and again. And I guarantee you, the more you do it and dedicate your time to do that, as time goes on, within that first week, you will start noticing things that you're grateful for that you never noticed in your life before. It's like God comes down and shines a little light, and you start seeing things in a different lens. You start soaking in more of the things around you instead of just zoned in on one thing. And busy schedules and running around, you'll start to notice. So if you haven't started it yet, start the gratitude journal. Aim for 10 things a day. Like I said, you might not be able to think of 10 things at first, but keep going and you'll start noticing God will shine the light on things that you will start noticing. It's really, really awesome. And then let me know how it goes. Lastly, Wesley, she's our diamond upline. in our team. Her and I went on our team page, our Pink Passion team page. So when you have time, hop over there. Her and I talked about compression. It's a topic that everybody needs to know about, especially if you're building a team and want to be successful. So check that out. But yeah, you'll get all the information from that video. I won't go into that and keep you guys. So that is all I have tonight. I hope that everyone has a really, really awesome night. I'm going to check the chat, make sure I didn't miss something. Alyssa, I'm so glad you hopped on, and Kaylee, you guys are awesome. Yeah, Alyssa hopped on the call with Wesley and I were on Zoom, and then Alyssa thought it was on Zoom and hopped on. She was so eager. She was in her hot tub with the kids. And we were like, no, hop over to the team page. It's going to be streamed in there. So anyway, yeah, it was totally funny. And Wesley was super glad to meet you, Alyssa. So that worked out really cool. I'll be starting a three-way chat with you because I think she wants to visit with you too. So anyways, this is awesome. I kept it at basically almost a half an hour. I'm gonna let you guys go and end this call. I'll stay on if you have questions. Kaylee, we'll go over just a couple things but I'm gonna stop recording. So have an awesome night. Woohoo!